Hey guys, Christ, what's going on here? I'm outside a Lowe's store, about to go in and buy a saw for some trees or whatever nonsense prudent to do later on in the week. But want to say thank you guys for supporting my channel. Thank you guys for supporting me. It helps out a lot, keeps me motivated, keep me moving. You're only supporting me by the channel, not financially. I don't care about financially. I have a nice paying job, but I appreciate you guys liking, subscribing, and ring that bell. Now, today's topic video. How do we get this far with gaming? The convenience. Why is physical media dropping like a proverbial fly? And is there any way to really prevent it from dropping further? This guy's been going on for a while. I covered a couple days ago, that 98% of PC gamers are buying games digitally. Myself included, my brother-in-law, sister, friends I know. Only 2% are buying games physically. The rest are all digitally. Console gaming went from 53% in 2015 to astounding 68 to 75% in 2023. Really, it's not hard to understand why the numbers have gone. It's not really hard to understand why the numbers have gone the way they have. It's pretty simple, actually. Pretty simple once you start looking at brass tacks. Pretty simple when you start looking at numbers. Pretty simple when you start looking at the big picture and seeing what it is and seeing what you have and understanding what is driving this. It's more, folks, than just somebody who wanted to buy the latest Sonic game on Xbox One X or X Series or S Series, well, X Series, or download it from Game Pass because they don't want to go to the store. There's a lot more to that than that, okay? There's a lot more to that. There's always more. Like, Titanic didn't sink because it hit an iceberg and sunk. A lot of things caused the demise of Titanic. And it had more to do than just hitting an iceberg. Example, bad steel. Second of all, the rivets were popping out. People hear rivets pinging out. Even when the ship was actually, getting ready to sail out, it was bad. The water's too cold. Steel wasn't rated for the water temperature, and they didn't pay attention to safety regulations hardly any at all back then. But over 111 years ago, they found out how not to make a ship. It just cost 1,500 people's lives in the process. The game industry is no different. Outside hitting an iceberg and losing 1,500 people's lives, games like Call of Duty and Battlefield lost a lot of numbers. Halo as well. But these games you can get digitally on Game Pass, especially Halo and Battlefield. Not so much Call of Duty yet. But you can get them digitally. You can download them if you wish down to PlayStation, except Halo, Xbox, and or PC, like I have, a gaming rig. So why is that, though? Why? How did we come to this? Simple thing to say to you: convenience. It's more convenient for me to sit on my fat butt, push a button, pay some money to a publisher, and download the game from Steam or Xbox Game Pass or Epic Store or Ubisoft Play, whatever the hell you play on, or even Battle.net, for example. Multiple areas to play, multiple apps, multiple games to play. This is so wild that AMC now has an app you can watch movies at home. Live movies that come out, you can watch. AMC app, you can watch them. They invented that during the COVID crisis. and lockdown. So, that being said, it's not just games now. Books are being downloaded. Every media is being downloaded. Music, books, um, games, so on and so on. You can buy a car sitting in your pajamas. Normally, you have to put on Sunday Finest to go to said car dealership and deal with the haggling person trying to sell you a car that you may or may not want or can afford. But here, in the gaming channel we're on here, you can buy the latest Call of Duty if you choose to, or Battlefield, in your pajamas, on your gaming rig, laptop, or Xbox, or PlayStation if you're buying something that's not Halo or Microsoft exclusive. You can buy it and download it and have it and have most of it and be able to play it and be able to enjoy it. The bad thing is about physical and the digital media. The physical media always has over it. Right now is you could trade in any game you want, regardless how old it is, to a GameStop or a trading place, Best Buy, maybe even Walmart still. They may give you quarters for a couple bucks, so you can go in and go buy another game. Or in this case, Walmart, you might go buy a gallon of milk or some eggs or whatever. Or go to Best Buy and get a gift card for your uncle or for your grandson or your father or whatever, and have that option. You might have that option to do that. The only place you can return games, and even Xbox started this, is Steam, where they have a 2-hour window, and a game can't be 2 weeks old, and you can't play no more than 2 hours of it. If you do, they won't refund it or full refund it. I really hope they'll make it a little easier for you, where if you play, say, 4 or 6 hours of it, you get maybe a partial refund. But it's Steam for you. Microsoft has come around and said they're going to do something a little different. I think it's like 2 hours or a couple days or whatever it is on the Game Pass Ultimate or Microsoft Store. You buy the Microsoft Store game. You have a couple days to return it or whatever policy. I'm still waiting, hoping on the trading policy. You could trade games in, like back to Steam or Microsoft, whatever, and get some money off it. But they're not going to do that. Probably not for a very long time. Only because it's not feasible for them to do so. You have to go with what is feasible and tangible for them to make money. And everybody's trading in games that are not great. Yes, you could trade in a game and get maybe $10 for it. Yes, you get $10 for it. But the game you traded in for $10 doesn't help them at all. Doesn't help them. It doesn't benefit them at all. It causes more trouble than it's worth. So now you're having games constantly coming and going. So the trading aspect, and I ain't the only one I ain't the only one who chimed on this. Many other YouTubers, many other people on here are chimed on this. Gamers have too. It's not feasible for them. Once it becomes feasible, where they can keep a portion or all the money of the trading in, like GameStop, back in the day, you get a handful of games, you get $25 for it. They turn around and sell the game from 50 to 40 to 20 to 30 bucks a piece, and they make 100% of this, of that money back. So they're giving you $30, and then they're making over $125, $200 off you. So trading in games wasn't always a good thing. Now you can get more because they have to give you more to keep you in there. But it's still a good thing. It's a little better. It doesn't mean the right thing. So to say that is not truthfulness is wrong, or truthfulness is false, is saying to people that don't understand the gaming industry. You could trade music CDs at one time. They couldn't be certain to get scratched up what it was, but they stopped doing that because a lot of CDs were scratched up. People just wanted to get rid of them. So you didn't trade. You could trade in movies. You couldn't trade in a lot of movies anymore because the movies, people were copying them. So game trading is the only thing that really is still around. Now, game exchange, you can trade movies in and get me a couple bucks, whatever, and they don't care if you watch them or not, whatever. But the gaming industry has changed a lot between the last 10 years because people have decided to go away from the physical media to digital, and it's easier digital, but games still costing $70 pop. I mean, you thought, digital would be better. And it is on certain platforms like PC, Steam. I know Steam Summer Sale starts up within the next week or so. And as that's happening, you're going to have people buying more games digitally. I bought like 2 or 3 Tomb Raider games for I think like $30, $50. Most expensive one was Tomb Raider, Shadow of Tomb Raider. I think it was like $25, $28. That's the most expensive one of all of them. That was the one that cost the most of all of them. So that being said, though, is there really a problem with the game industry? The answer is no. It just went through a different cycle. It changed what it was. It morphed into something different. It took an entity of thinking that we have to keep printing discs on a cartridge, and put them in a plastic sleeve and send them to the store, are over with. Collectors are getting out. RGB 285, he sold a lot of his collection because it's getting out of it. Not saying he hates games. His collecting days are pretty much over. People who collect game, my sister collect game, she buys games on PC. Okay? A PC gamer like I am. She started with her husband before I did. Steam sales are tremendous. I love them to death. But I know I'm invading the whole thing. But you know what? I don't care. It's what I want to do. You got $50 from Christmas, $200 from Christmas, Steam money. You can go in there and buy 7 to 10 games. You may not play all of them in that year anyway, in the next year anyway. But you get 7 to 10 games. And most of them have been out for probably maybe less than a year. 6 months the most. And you get them for fractions of dollars practically. And all you gotta do is just type in your Steam card and your wallet's full of money and just click boom. A couple clicks and boom, you download the game and you have it. Within my case, 300 megabyte download internet spectrum, maybe about less than an hour. Some of you guys might have a little longer, a little less. But you have the game and you play it. And you enjoy it. Like me, I'm playing Resident Evil 4. I beat Village. I had Village for almost 2 years and I finally beat it. Great game, by the way. I still haven't beat Cyberpunk 2077 yet. That's the first game I bought on my gaming rig. But Borderlands 3 and Apex Legends I have to reinstall eventually. But I had a lot of fun, though. A lot of fun playing these games. A lot of fun. It's because I enjoy what I'm doing, and that's why I don't mind supporting digital media. We support it anyway. If you're watching games on Netflix, and you're watching movies on Netflix, you're supporting digital media. If you're streaming that Friends marathon or streaming that new show and the box set came out, you're supporting digital media. If you're reading Edgar Allan Poe and all the other great literature out there, and not going to the library or going to the bookstore and buying it, you're supporting digital media. You're not supporting physical media, so you're putting Books A Million out of a job. You're making the libraries obsolete. You're doing these things, but because of convenience. That's what I'm saying. Convenience is the biggest thing that drove a lot of places like Books A Million out of business practically because of convenience. Libraries are struggling not with books now, but with getting people to go into the library, because you can read a whole life of Robert Thorpe and the Flower or whatever call it Flower or Robert Thorpe on a Kindle Fire instead of having to go to the library or go to the bookstore and buy said book. You can click, boom, download it, read it, own it, or send it back to the archives of online land, of online oblivion, and not have to worry about it. So if you do any of the things I mentioned, you are supporting digital media. Well, I buy physical games, but you watch your movies. I watch my movies, read my books on a digital pilot or a Palm thing on my phone. Well, you're supporting digital media. Why don't you go ahead and buy your games digitally? Exact same thing. So, guys, in closing, there's really no wrong answer to this. There's no wrong answer because the answer is the physical media was bound to take over. It was bound to take over for a while and lost. Now, digital media is taking over. Now, are we going to go back to physical media? Maybe eventually. We have some physical stuff, maybe some 3D holograms, physical 3D hologram, but it's still digital. You still gotta buy a physical box or a gaming rig to play games. So you have to have a physical item. You can't just play your game out of thin air. So, but they're trying to do that eventually. So it's really hard to say where we're going from here. But it's safe to say, though, that a digital media is here to stay. It's number one. It's the cob. It's the boss. It's the overlord of all things. And we're going to have to just understand that. And get the fact that we need to get out of its way and stop thinking that we can have to interject with what we're doing and start making sense with it all. Because at the end of the day, folks, we support or we destroy what we want to view, play, or read, regardless of what you might think politically or spiritually or morality. We support those three things. And once you support the three things physically or digitally, and mostly digitally in this video, you're supporting the whole thing. So, in closing, like, subscribe, notification, ring that bell. Also, in closing, be safe this 4th of July weekend. I work Sunday and Monday. I'll be off Tuesday, so I'll probably make a video, patriotic video, 4th of July. I'll talk about what I'm thankful for on 4th of July, what I respect, what I feel humble about. But I'll let you guys know about that 4th of July. You guys take care, peace, love. I'll see you guys later.